Jason Arday should still be here. And before I say anything else about this, I want to say that he was cleared by his institution of plagiarism. I want to explain what it takes to get a PhD and then what it takes to be hired by a university. Because I think a lot of people are coming off with all kinds of claims, not understanding what it takes to get to where Professor Arday had gotten, where Dr. Arday had gotten. So when you get a PhD, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Einstein or Professor Einstein, you are creating new research. You are creating new knowledge. So a dissertation is created by doing research with a committee. And you have a chair of your committee and usually two other people who are also specialists in the field or are specialists in aspects of the research that you are doing. Now, I must say that there may be a difference between what happens in the US versus the UK, but overall, it's similar. Once you have written the dissertation, it then gets sent out, and your committee has reviewed it or worked with you on it. It is sent to outside readers to evaluate it and to determine whether or not the research you've done has been legitimate. So it's already gone through years of you doing research, years of you working with a committee to make sure the information is correct, with people who are already established experts in the field, and then sent out to people who have had nothing to do with your dissertation. So they have no stake in the game. So they have no problem telling you, your work sucks and goodbye. That's not what happened to Jason Arday. That's not what happened to Dr. Arday. His dissertation was approved. He went through the committee. He was given his degree. That institution, again, as I say, looked at his work and determined that he did not plagiarize. Now, what does it take to get hired by a university? This is not like a corporate interview, and I worked in corporate before I worked in academia. It's completely different. So if you're looking for a corporate job, you send your resume, people look at your resume, you interview with people, that's it, they hire you, you don't, goodbye, done. Not like that at all. What happens is the institution puts out an ad, and it lists all the things in the ad that they're looking for. And the people who are on the committee, and there's a committee that does the hiring, because you're looking to hire someone who hopefully you want to have tenure that you will spend the rest of your career with, or a good portion of your career with. So we get full dossiers of people's work when they submit for a job. And depending upon what the job is and where it is, you can get over 100 dossiers. And you go through each one to find out who is a good fit. Now, if somebody doesn't have a PhD and they have to have a PhD in order to be able to be hired, you can toss those aside. But then you get it down to about 20 that you think are a pretty close fit. And then the committee reads all of them. And then they may send it out to the rest of the department to read them. And that 20 then gets down to 5 to 8, something like that usually. And then you do online calls with them. Based on the online interview, you get it down to 2 or 3 that you want to bring to campus. Then when you bring those people to campus, they interview with every single person in your department. They usually interview with the dean. They may interview with other people within the institution. They may interview with the president of the university or the college. So they interview with everybody. They have to give a job talk, meaning they do about a 45-minute talk explaining what their research area is, and then they get grilled with questions by the people that are in the department. After that, then the department gets together as a committee and decides this is who we think is the best fit for us. So this is not like an interview and you're done. This is many, 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 many months of determining somebody should be hired by your institution. This is what Jonathan Arday had to go through in order to be able to get his PhD, in order to be able to be hired by Cambridge. He was vetted all the way along the way. and some weaselly white guy decided that he was pissed off and he shouldn't be where he should be. He deserved so much better.